Hey guys, I'm now Michelle Mango. Thank you so much for joining me today. You are welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I hope you become a regular. I'm so excited to have you here. But as you can see from the title, today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my biggest lessons from therapy that I have taken away from therapy. So let's get right into it. So, one of the biggest lessons that I have taken from therapy is that I need to learn what is in my control and what isn't in my control. So that means me learning what I'm responsible for and knowing what I'm not responsible for. And this is how I think about it. Think about a gated community, and you live next to your friends, your family, people you know are in that whole gated community, and you have the chance to do what you will with what your house, like with your house and what it looks like, whatever. So what your outside looks like, what your interior looks like is totally up to you. So what I have learned is that my house, my yard space, I get to take care of that. I get to decide what it looks like. And sometimes I might be lagging behind. Maybe I forget to mow my lawn or whatever, and it may not look as kept, but it's still in my control when I do what I want to do. What the interior of my house looks like, that is totally up to me. What is not in my control is what my neighbor's house looks like. What is not in my control is whether my neighbor has mowed their lawn or not. That's not in my control. So I have had to learn that because it was so difficult sometimes. Maybe I'd have a particular situation with a friend, or maybe I'm in a relationship with a guy, and whatever happens, and they are going crazy about something, and I would want to feel like I'm responsible, or I can control how they feel, so I want to make them feel better, if you get what I mean. But then I've come to learn that I am in control of my emotions in whatever situation, and they are in control of their own emotions. And oh my goodness, this has been a game changer. I get peaceful sleep because of that, knowing so well that in whatever situation it is, I get to control my emotions, my attitude, my response, how I talk to myself, and the other person gets to control their own, and they get to decide what they do with what they have. So that's one of the biggest things I have honestly learned from therapy. So the second thing I want to share with you guys is that the things you choose not to deal with, they will show up. They will show up in life. And I, for one, thought that the certain things I was just going to forget and I'll just move on, and they wouldn't follow me. Oh my goodness, there's certain things that I refused to deal with that showed up in my relationships, that showed up in my friendships, in my personal life. So oh my goodness, it was so hard. But then after learning that from therapy and kind of unpacking what all those things are and understanding that, hey, this is something we can deal with. This is something you can actually allow yourself to heal from, so that you can show up in life with your best foot forward. And that has been the goal, showing up in my life with my best foot forward. But I am not able to do that if I have so much baggage that I keep carrying around, and it's so heavy, and I don't have mental space or the emotion to even deal with new and better things, and I lose opportunities because of that. So I have learned that it's really important for me to choose to deal with the things that I need to deal with, because everybody has that chapter in life that they really don't want to open and share with the whole world. But I think from therapy, I have learned the importance of me dealing with all those baggages that I have. So yeah, that's something I have really learned, and it has helped me. The other thing I'd like to share that I have learned is that boundaries are important in friendships, in relationships, whatever type of relationship. It could be with your mom, with your dad, with your siblings, with your husband, with your boyfriend, with just a friend or whatever. Even at work, boundaries are a must. Boundaries are important. This is a whole other video on its own. We could delve into it, but we will not do that right now. But boundaries are a must. They will save you from heartache. They will save you from heartache. So many of my relationships that went south, I think it was a boundary problem. and I did not know my boundaries. I did not know the other person's boundaries, and so many things were crossed and just out of context, and it was such a mess. So boundaries are really, really important, and I am still in that place where I'm figuring out certain things, my boundaries in certain relationships, but I can say I'm in a much healthier and better place. The last thing that I am going to share with you guys is, I think, the best thing I have learned so far, and it's that it matters what you think when you think about yourself. Oh my goodness, I cannot stress this one enough. And this one is the most important to me because I am one of those people that had a very, very negative dialogue. Internal dialogue, it was very, very negative. And I'll just pick one thing. One of the things I would say to myself is, you are not enough. And sometimes I wouldn't even notice that I'm saying that, but in a particular situation that's presented before me, I would think, oh, I'm not enough, or maybe I'm not good enough for that, or I don't think I can even go up against this person because I'm just not enough. I can't talk to this person, I'm just not enough. And it would constantly be on my mind until I went through therapy, and we now started to dissect that and trying to figure out, where did this come from, And some of the things that came out were things that were said by other people, comparing me to people who had lighter skin than I did, and saying things that made me feel like they are better than I am, that I would be better looking if I had lighter skin and all that. So all those things messed with my mind. They messed with how I would view myself. So I had to learn that I had to bring that subject to the Word of God. Like, what does God say about me? Who am I? I am enough. Like, I'm created in His image, all that jazz. Like, we know that jazz, right? But we don't really believe it. So I had to learn that my internal dialogue was really, really important. And it's important for me to question why I think the way I think. So now when I have a thought running through my mind and I notice that it's very negative or it's negative, it's like, where did you come from? We need to figure out where you're from because we need to deal with you. So that's something that has been so profound for me. It matters what you think when you think about yourself. So this is just to remind whoever has been wanting to go for therapy, do not delay it. Just put it as part of your goals for 2023. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. So thank you so much for watching this. I am looking forward to hearing from you. What is the biggest lesson you've learned from therapy? If you've been through therapy, I can't wait to hear from you in the comments. And have a great week. Be kind to yourself.